Welcome to the Desert Shave Den. For today's shave, we'll be using Razor Emporium's Barbershop soap. Let's get started. Hi everyone, and thank you for watching. My name is Joseph. So I hope your December is off to a good start. Today I'll be using Razor Emporium's Barbershop. It's got a nice clean scent that I'll discuss in a little bit. To get it started, I'm just going to put some bloom water on it, and then using my badger hair brush, I'm going to get it nice and wet in some warm water, and we're gonna face lather with it. I think it suits itself well for that. As you can see, maybe I overhydrated it, but the lather's just coming to life, and it's really foaming up. I don't think I overhydrated it, but I generally want to make sure there's enough hydration in it instead of underhydrating it. I got some Prosso Green pre-shave. I've considered using other pre-shave products, and maybe I should try. I mean, if nothing else, I could try Cella. I like Cella. I'm going to hopefully feature them on the channel soon. But, my skin is fairly sensitive to oil and things, so I know that limits me with pre-shave oil, which I know is a big category of pre-shave, where my skin is pretty acne prone. I got to be careful not adding additional oil. Even my skin generally doesn't agree with tallow soap, unfortunately, which is a very significant segment of the artisan shave soap world. But this soap here from Razor Emporium is not tallow based. So let's talk a little bit more about it. So the description that Razor Emporium gives on their website for this scent is: Barbershop is clean, fresh, and natural, and is a celebration of classic masculinity, with notes of musk, geranium, bergamot, oak moss, orange zest, and patchouli. Furthermore, it says that the small batch shaving soap line is the culmination of a decade in the wet shaving community, and the website talks about how they've adapted things from their favorite formulas to give a lather that they think is really well rounded. As you can see, I know I'm on a real R41 kick, the R41 Grande, but I've got that R41 Grande loaded up with an Astra SP blade, and yeah, let's get this first with the grain pass going, and I'll tune down here and let you hear some of it. Yeah, I really just love shaving with this thing. Super efficient. The blade feel is there. You can't get around it. But let me know in the comments. Am I using way too much pressure? Sometimes I think I'm insane, but just the sound of it is so satisfying, and the results are even more satisfying. And so far on this with the grain pass, the lather's feeling good. It's certainly lathered up nicely. It's got good structure and volume. I would say it's got good slickness and cushioning. I don't know what to compare it to. Maybe certainly like a Prosso or something, which is fine in my book. That's no insult as far as I'm concerned. This chin area is always one of my tough spots, but I can go pretty much right at it with this, and even with the pretty significant blade feel, I generally don't nick myself, I've found. So now they call it a barbershop, and they listed those notes of musk, geranium, bergamot, oak moss, orange zest, and patchouli. I will be the first to admit I am not an expert in different barbershop scents, which is funny because I really like the genre. I've had Southern Witchcraft's Desserology, and I think Barrister and Mann's Cool is in that category, although that's really just a Floyd Blue duplicate. But the one thing in my limited experience with barbershop scents, both using them and smelling them, is I would not call this a warm, powdery barbershop. And here I completed my first rinse, getting ready for a second pass. Everything's feeling good. No nick, so I'm going to continue the face lather with the soap and the brush. But getting back to the scent of this barbershop scent, even though, I think it's fair to put it in the barbershop family. It's very clean. But if you want that kind of lavendery, powdery, talky kind of barbershop, I would actually encourage you instead, if you want to try out Razor Emporium soap. It's for a nice sized tub. It says it's 4 ounces. Honestly, to me, it feels comparable to a Sterling tub, but if they say it's 4 ounces, I guess it's 4 ounces. But it's like $15 or $16. Most of their soaps are fairly standard in their offerings in terms of fragrance. You get like a lavender and a sandalwood. I haven't tried those. I'm aware they have some more unique ones called like Old School and Fireside, but and you can see I'm preparing here for a second pass across the grain. One of their more traditional powdery barbershop offerings is actually not the barbershop soap that I'm using today, but it's called Heritage, which I think is a fairly one of their newer offerings. And it's a funny story about the Heritage soap, and I know I'm kind of talking less about the current barbershop scent and more about Heritage, but they released a charcoal activated pre-shave bar that probably is supposed to compete with the PAA Cube 2.0 or something like that. And so they fragranced it with just kind of a nice barbershop-y fragrance, and the packaging actually it's the identical photograph that they use on this barbershop scent or barbershop soap that I'm using today. People really liked it, but they didn't think it matched, and so they actually demanded that they create a soap matching that pre-shave, and that ended up becoming what the soap that they call Heritage. Now they have an American flag on that soap container, even though the matching scent pre-shave bar actually has the same image as this barbershop. So a little confusing, but I would say, so I'm telling you that the Heritage is a more traditional powdery barbershop, so what does this smell like? Well, it's just very clean and masculine. It's kind of on the drier side, if that makes any sense. I know I'll use an analogy that's not a fair analogy, but I remember, so for example, I love Parasso green soap. I could shave with it. If that was the last soap I could ever use, I would be fine with that. I saw one comment somewhere on the internet where somebody described it as like a urinal puck in heaven. That's the fragrance of Parasso green. And obviously that's kind of an insult, right? They're saying it smells like a urinal puck. And I don't personally agree with that, but I know where they're coming from when they smell Parasso green. It's got, it's not the most natural smelling thing. It's kind of got a eucalyptus kind of soapy artificial smell. I like it, but to each their own. Well, if I'm going to make a similar comparison to Razor Emporium's barbershop scent, the one I'm using today, a similar kind of analogy, I would say it kind of smells like a really nice men's deodorant. I don't mean that as a backhanded remark at all. But it's kind of in, like, if you smelled it, you would know what I'm talking about. I would say it's a little less barbershop-y and kind of more in that, anti degree, or degree for men, or one of those things. But you'll have to, if you smell it, let me know what you think. It really is a nice, clean, everyday fragrance, and the performance is good, and you get good value. It's inexpensive. Here, once again, I'm doing a quote-unquote not third pass. Really, it's a mid-second pass touch-up on the cheeks. But I know I've been kind of cheating, but with the R41, you can get away with that. So maybe this is a 3-pass shave, maybe it's 2.5, but you could, I'm sure you could hear it there on the cheeks. And this is a BBS shave, no surprise, with the R41. I just did a cold water rinse, and now I'm going to towel off. For the aftershave today, I'm back to my DIY glass bottle of Pinot Clubman. I know I've been on a little bit of a kick on that. I hope to feature some other splashes. I certainly will, but there you can see the bottle, with just a nice, clean, classic barbershop soap like I'm using today. I thought, why not finish it off with Clubman? You can't go wrong. As I apply it, Clubman, if you've used it, it's very high alcohol. There's no skin food at all. It's honestly pretty drying, but no zinging. I mean, it's my skin does not feel like it was abused with a really sharp razor. I mean, it's kind of counterintuitive with the R41, but if you can master it, and I don't claim to have mastered it, but I can get good shaves out of it. It's surprisingly good on the skin. And here I'm just applying some CeraVe, just generic moisturizer. It's nothing shave specific. It's not a shave balm, but since the Clubman is pretty drying, especially when it evaporates, I do like to just put some moisturizer on there. I don't know if you do this. If you do anything extra, let me know in the comments. I'm always interested to hear different routines like that. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell, and share for more content like this. I really appreciate the support. Well, this is Joseph with the Desert Shave Den, and I'll see you next time.